is delay on consoles so insurmountable? Simply put, consoles are just not as powerful as PCs. Like, completely. Consoles are machines that are dedicated for one specific task. They can get a lot of power out of underspec'd components. Unfortunately, there are limits to that. Those limits are that games don't necessarily translate perfectly from PC to console. And PC is where these games are being developed. Usually patches and optimizations can fix this a little bit, but not entirely. Not like a graphical power thing, it's like literally the way like the processor works. PCs, on the other hand, A, are more powerful, so they kind of just brute force it. B, believe it or not, are the native platform that these games are designed on. All console games are ports, and ports always cause problems. So a game on a console is never going to run exactly like it ran on the computers it was designed on. And often, close enough is good enough. If you're looking at like 8 frames of delay on a console versus like 4 frames of delay on a PC, that's going to piss off the hardcore gamers. And guess what fraction of the public the hardcore gamers are? Barely a percent. Barely a percent of a percent. Most people won't even notice. Most people won't even have a gaming PC to compare it to. The game comes out, most of the casual crowd snap buys it day one. They have no problem. The hardcore crowd gets a fix later, if at all. Because it's been proven that the hardcore crowd still buys the games, so they're not losing any profit. And at least as fighting games go, the hardcore crowd is really resistant to not using consoles when it comes to running big events. So since they're not willing to experiment with PCs because they think that more can go wrong with PCs, which is true, they have cornered themselves into needing consoles. It means that the PC releases aren't viable competitors to the console releases. Because major competitors and tournament organizers are going to buy it on console anyway, even if it has flaws. With all these factors put together, if you're a game development company and you see that your console version has 4 frames more delay than your PC version, you now have an option. You can sink hundreds of thousands of dollars into trying to fix it and possibly delay the game for months, costing hype and sales. Or you can release it and just deal with the fact that the delays are different, deal with the fact that there will be a small backlash which will mostly be ignored, take your money right now, and then after the fact, put out a Band-Aid patch, which probably costs a lot less. From a business standpoint, it's obvious what choice you want to make. Choose the thing that makes you spend less money and make more money. If there's anything gamers are bad at, it's voting with their wallet. If gamers wanted to see comparable performance between the console and the PC, then they should not buy the console version and buy the PC version. But there are a million reasons why gamers do not do that. Means you've guaranteed them sales, which means you've guaranteed they don't have to try very hard to get you to purchase the game, which means they don't have to try very hard to make the game the quality you want.